Yeah, I had a couple of things for you guys. Brett brought up a point with his kids and inspiring confidence in him. And you guys were talking about just like, I think Marlon made a point that having confidence in doing things for yourself can also inspire others. They kind of latch on to that and it helps bring them up as like a team. So I thought that was really cool because so far, a lot of the lens has been like, how do you improve your life and how do you, pull yourself out of a hole and all those things. But it's also about like, well, what are you doing it for? And maybe you're doing it for others. You're going to help other people. You're going to build a safe place and to have a family or for your friends, or even if you're not somebody who wants a family. I saw this. It's a very famous, like going around Steve Jobs lecture where he talks. I think he's after his first stint at Apple before he went back. And the students are asking him, like, what did you learn at Apple? And he takes like 20 seconds. He like sits and he's like, that's a really good question. Like, with the best thing he learned. And he said, I now take a longer term view on people and I allow them to grow and I build their confidence in themselves and my team because I'm trying to build a company that's going to go somewhere for a long time. And if I can fix things and I could do things, but we'll be good for a year, and
That was the point I was going to make too when I was listening to you is the most confident people I know hand out confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They try to build it in other people because they don't need it's the people who aren't confident in themselves that are takers.
And we could
that
probably
will put other people down.
We could probably do a whole episode. And I know Chappelle did one on the how to inspire, but like I think that ties so well into this is like, even if you do kind of have to fake it till you make it, it doesn't have to be bravado. You can be doing it. You can be willing to fail and work your way to success.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned it also in your story, in your personal story about the little failures you had. Then you started piling up little successes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, I failed. Now I'm starting to get little wins, still failing at other things. But then the wins start winning more than the failures.
Yeah.
And then it just became a net positive, and now you're, successful, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people who are struggling or have lost their way or using other people as their guideposts for what they should do in their lives, it's helpful to hear that, like, hey, you can hit rock bottom and still come out completely changed and find and rebuild. Yeah. And have a life that, like, whatever your view on that is.
Marlon has his hand raised.
Oh, I could see it. Yeah,
I want to share this very authentic view because I don't want people to think that we just pontificate without actually applying these practices. So earlier this week, we had a team meeting at our favorite spot. Shout out Seegers and Sons.
That's
Seeger and Sons, yeah, the boardwalk.
And
not a sponsor. Yes.
Not a sponsor.
Yes. Yes.
We're accepting sponsors.
Yeah.
One of the sponsors is our clothing brand called Heat and Match.
Yep, Heat and Match.
And
Represent.
I was actually down, to be honest. And I called you, Brett, and I called Cody, and I called Evan, and I think you could hear, we've not talked about this. I think you could hear the terror in my voice. Yeah, okay, thank you.
I wouldn't have called it that.
Well,
I would say urgency.
Urgency.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And we had some ideas, and so we met up, and I want everyone to be aware that when we did the friendship episode, I think from then till now, I have learned more about friendship with you guys than I probably have in the last 5 to 10 years, and that's real.
Thank you, buddy.
Because you called the meeting, you heard the urgency, you called the meeting, we started talking, and we worked things through. Came up with the plan. Evan was there. Everybody was there. And after that, I think I left more confident to do the things that I needed to do to help take things forward.
Yeah.
And so this week, we can definitively say that I was unconfident. I reached out to a friend. In the community of friends, you guys helped bring that confidence from the gutter where it was to the sky where it was when we left. And that required planning.
Strategy.
Mm-hmm. It also focused on the integrity of all of us to try to keep everything together. Mm-hmm. Resiliency.
Mm-hmm.
And self-awareness to know that I couldn't do this on my own and that I needed your buy-in.
Mm-hmm. And also somewhat what we did was lay out our competencies.
Yeah.
What can we accomplish?
What could we accomplish?
What is reasonable for us to accomplish?
And it was in that strategy that I walked away feeling like, man, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And we're months away from being done. But
Yeah.
But the point being is that it doesn't take much time, really. An hour for us to meet together. I probably spent 30 minutes talking to you. I think I probably spent 30 minutes talking to Cody. And so 2 hours in general took me from a very erratic place to, yeah, I think we got this. So I think the ecosystem is real. It works. And my challenge to everyone out there is to try it, because you never know the value that you could have in the community around you until you are vulnerable enough to try it.
The other note I had from something Marlon said stuck with me, and this is maybe more relatable to people who are like working professionals. Maybe you've worked your way up to middle management or something, and you've lost touch with some abilities. You haven't upskilled in a while. You can lose confidence really quickly, and it doesn't take long, to your point, to just go right back and try to like put that effort in, get back in touch with whatever it is you feel like you've lost touch with. I find that all the time because I work in technology. So if I don't do a task and I've kind of gotten into one mode, all of a sudden I feel like I'm out. I can't speak quickly and solve the problem like I used to. And then my confidence erodes because I didn't put in that bank, and so then I got to go, okay, well, let me go back. And even though I have people working for me, I'll have them train me sometimes on something that I've been out of touch on. And that's okay to do. You don't let your ego get in the way of being competent.
Yeah.
And upskill and stay with it, and that kind of, I don't know. That was something Marlon said that made me think about that. And I was like,
yeah, everyone wants to know everything, but they don't want to put in the work to know everything.
We all want the Matrix where you could just download Kung Fu. Yeah. Yeah.
But
true.
I like your point, Cody, and I like the perspective. And you guys are movie guys, so you may remember the movie Vantage Point.
Oh man, I don't remember what happens in it at all.
I don't remember what happened. I just remember that they filmed it from the same 10 minutes from just 4 or 5 different perspectives.
Yeah, it's a good.
And it changed everything. And that skill set of maybe you don't have it right. I struggle with even when I am coaching my basketball team, because sometimes I think my instructions are clear, but they're not doing what I asked them to do.
And a lot of that's why I love to you started with self-awareness.
Yeah.
And that requires being able to see other perspectives, seeing how you relate in your environment. And then you can build from there. You can't really, confidence fails if you don't have that first piece.
Right. You have to put in the work to even understand that what you're seeing is your perspective.
Right.
You have to name it. This is my perspective. Because once you name my perspective, you can consider that there are other perspectives.
Right. Because the perspective
it's not the perspective.
is very different.
Yeah.